The dark side of Iraq. Iraq has faced significant challenges over the years, which have contributed to various problems and issues within the country. Here are some of the darker aspects of Iraq. 1. Conflict and instability. Iraq has experienced prolonged periods of conflict, including the Iran-Iraq War, the Gulf War, the 2003 US-led invasion, and the rise of ISIS. These conflicts have caused widespread devastation, loss of life, and displacement of millions of people. Terrorism. The presence of terrorist organizations, particularly ISIS, has led to severe violence, atrocities, and instability. Terrorist attacks have targeted civilians, infrastructure, and security forces, creating an environment of fear and insecurity. 3. Sectarian violence. Iraq has faced significant sectarian tensions and violence, primarily between its Sunni and Shia populations. These divisions have been exacerbated by political, social, and economic factors, leading to cycles of retribution and conflict. 4. Political corruption. Corruption is a pervasive issue in Iraq, affecting various levels of government and public institutions. This has hindered effective governance, economic development, and the delivery of essential services. Human rights violations. Iraq has been plagued by human rights abuses, including extrajudicial killings, torture, and arbitrary detention. Both state and non-state actors have been implicated in these violations. 6. Economic challenges. Despite its oil wealth, Iraq faces significant economic problems, including high unemployment, poverty, and underdevelopment in many regions. The economy is heavily reliant on oil, making it vulnerable to fluctuations in global oil prices. 7. Infrastructure damage. Years of conflict have severely damaged Iraq's infrastructure, including roads, bridges, schools, hospitals, and utilities. Reconstruction efforts have been slow and hampered by ongoing violence and corruption. 8. Displacement and refugees. Ongoing violence and instability have displaced millions of Iraqis internally and forced many to seek refuge in other countries. This has created a humanitarian crisis, with many living in precarious conditions. 9. Health and education. The healthcare and education systems in Iraq have suffered due to conflict, underfunding, and mismanagement. Access to quality healthcare and education is limited, particularly in conflict-affected areas. 10. Environmental degradation. Iraq faces significant environmental challenges, including water scarcity, pollution, and desertification. These issues are exacerbated by poor management, conflict, and climate change, affecting agriculture and livelihoods. These darker aspects of Iraq highlight the considerable obstacles the country faces as it seeks stability, development, and recovery from decades of turmoil.